successfully defeated both codenamed Sigma and Lambda. However, we were subject to a short please wait screen as Lady Scarlet and Vince were finally released and had to venture through the labyrinth just like the other four of us. So they had their own story of levels, trials, monsters, and enemies to go fight against. Now we'll be seeing things from their neck of the woods. This ought to be interesting.
My goodness. Those robots just kept flooding the area non-stop on that previous floor. It's like these enemies have it out for us specifically.
That's putting it mildly. I now know how those poor game avatars feel when they have to clear dungeons and fight off waves of enemies.
Luckily for them, they at least get free chances, HP and SP potions, and save points when things go south. This, not so much.
We get potions too. Just the aid and medicine we bring with us. It's like we're playing a bad dungeon explorer on very hard difficulty.
Oh? Discussing video game logic in the middle of a dungeon raid? Perhaps I should have upped the difficulty on that previous floor. Welcome to my dungeon floor, my dear guests. Black Rose, Secret Agent Vince. This is quite the encounter. I am codenamed Tao, commonly referred to as Theodore by the Queen. This is an honor to be challenging such famous forces.
Codename Tao. Are you a Vanguard member? If so, why do you look no different from the other androids we've seen here?
Alarming, isn't it? I chose to remain this way by choice. This form gave me a unique independence within the Vanguard as I serve as Her Majesty's personal butler. Until today, I did the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry and the accounting for the royal family. Since Her Majesty's ascension, I believe our victory against your forces would mark a glorious start to a unified era ruled by the Queen herself.
Wait. When you say ascension, does that mean?
The Aria you once knew no longer exists. The Queen's spirit has completely overtaken Aria's body as the next wielder of Excalibur.
No, we're too late. There has to be something we can do to stop this.
There's nothing both you or your forces can do to stop this. Her Majesty's no longer human or machine, she's our goddess. Unfortunately, you won't live long enough to witness her radiant beauty with your very eyes. Your fate will be sealed on this very floor. Observe.
Well, this isn't good.
No. We're being surrounded again?
Sai da minha frente, eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado. O que eu quero é sambar. Esse samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de preto velho, samba de preto tu. Mas que nada, um samba como esse tão legal, você não vai querer que eu chegue no final. Oh, 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 Aria. Oh, Aria. Oba, oba, oba.
And similar to codename Epsilon, codename Tau, or also known as Theodore, turned out to be another bait and switch boss for both Lady Scarlet and Secret Agent Vince. Yeah, everything just seemed so familiar. Summoning like floor bosses, just like spawning out of nowhere, just enemies rushing them. The next thing you know, he transforms to some giant game boss for for them to fight against. It's just, I don't know, it's just one of them strange advantages that I guess the Vanguard members must have as floor bosses to each level in this game or something. But regardless, they were finally defeated. They finally defeated Commander Tao, and just like that, the stage was clear, and they were able to proceed to the next level.
Thank goodness. For such a generic-looking opponent, Theodore's forces were not to be underestimated.
I agree. These mech suits along with the Avalon technology we secured definitely made our battle much easier. I guess the Vanguard had to take well-founded precautions to ensure their success. You're quite the intimidating foe, Lady Scarlet.
What? Intimidating? Unless provoked, I wouldn't even hurt a fly. Is that what people are saying about me?
Think nothing of it, Lady Scarlet. It's just a part of the hype machine that came with you being John Doe's accomplice.
Honestly. People really need to stop blowing things out of proportion. Let's just keep moving forward and clear this dungeon.
Understood, Lady Scarlet. The sooner we rescue Aria, the better.
After the battle, this happens.
Good grief. It felt like a nightmarish eternity being stuck in that chamber. Now, I wonder where I can find Ike and the others, in this labyrinth jungle.
Lady Violet, aren't I glad to see you? I'm glad you've finally been released from your chamber.
Lady Scarlet, I saw both you and Vince's battle with Theodore. I honestly don't see how so many enemies could spawn in a single floor.
Trust me, Lady Violet. This is only the beginning. The floor bosses will be much harder from this point onward. Until we meet up with the other heroes, I think it would be wise for you to travel with us. Are you alright with that?
Well, I'm definitely not going anywhere in this place by myself. All sorts of dangers lurk in these floors. Besides, with 3 people, our manpower and rate of survival is tripled. Better to take on enemy threats with 3 people than alone.
Of course. Until you regroup with your team, I'll be serving as your impromptu bodyguard. Sounds like a deal.
Sounds great. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes. This is splendid. Welcome aboard, Lady Violet. Our side needs all the help we can get.
Meanwhile, within the Vanguard station.
Yes, Omicron, what is it? Did something come up?
Commander, what's going on with you? You haven't been yourself since you visited the Queen. What happened to you? The infamous Black Rose, along with her secret agent and Lady Violet, have all been released and are now working together as a team to clear these floors.
No way, all this happened while I was asleep? What in blazes is going on? I thought Theodore would have been more than enough to dispose of Scarlet. She's an even bigger threat than I thought.
Commander, did you just say you were sleeping?
Oh, it's, nothing. Phew. Relax, Omicron. This is only a slight hiccup, nothing more. Well, it's thanks to this that we'll finally be able to see some real entertainment. Omicron, send in the 4 Valkyries, codenamed Delta, Theta, Zeta, and of course, Iota.
Iota. Commander, I understand some of the players are wanted criminals. But, sending in Iota is a bit overkill. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I thought your algorithm was only programmed for you to follow orders. What's the special occasion for you having second thoughts?
It's nothing, Commander. But...
No buts, Omicron. Send those 4 to challenge them. That's an order.
Yes, Commander.
And so this impromptu trio formed their own unofficial party to explore the labyrinth as they ventured through what seemed to be a badly designed arcade game, role-playing game, playing on extremely hard difficulty. But that did not stop them. They would have fell through each floor, fight off waves of enemies like nothing. It was about what they would have expected. Traveling through these ancient ruins was enough to keep the players on their guard. Can never be too careful, especially with this upcoming boss that they had in store for this next floor. It was also something known as the greatest swordsman in all Avalon. This should be entertaining.
Whoa. I never imagined how incredibly massive this place really is. The rate of enemies coming at us is daunting to say the least. I knew I couldn't travel in this place alone.
Believe it or not, this is a form of entertainment for both the Vanguard and the citizens of Avalon. To them, this is like watching the Octopus Games.
The Octopus Games? Really? People really need to find themselves a constructive hobby, instead of watching other people struggle.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think we have more enemies approaching our direction.
Terrible. We can't even stop to have a decent conversation. These people certainly know how to irritate their players.
Yes. However, that's not my style. Greetings, you three. I am codename Iota, the Peerless Blade of Avalon. It's an honor to meet you all.
Wait. You're also a Vanguard member. You don't look anything remotely like a robot or an android. Plus, you have samurai clothing. What's that about?
Why, aren't you full of questions? I've been sent here to personally challenge you, Your Highness. I've honed my skills in hopes to finally spar with you.
You want to spar with me? Why?
Simple. I'm a customized data-based clone of you.
Did you say clone? But, you resemble me not one iota.
Avalon scientists were thoroughly impressed with your performance during the Esteban tournament that they filmed and recorded your moveset into every last frame and programmed it into my algorithm to make me the best sword fighter in Avalon. What can I say? You inspire more people than you realize, Your Highness.
I don't know if I should be disturbed or honored to have that happen. Nevertheless, if you're here to stand against us, I accept your challenge. We'll have our one-on-one duel.
Lady Violet, she doesn't seem to be like the other Vanguard members. Please, be careful.
Hey, it's all right. There's nothing to worry about. I'm just curious to see how strong my moveset clone really is. Both you and Vince go further ahead and I'll meet up with you both shortly.
I understand. Please, return safely.
Before we begin our duel, Your Highness, allow me to do you a small favor.
These are my old clothes from the tournament. Just how are you able to do this?
I just wanted to ensure your comfort before the battle. Also, there's no longer a need for mech suits.
Wait, why's that?
Now, no more talking. It's about time we begin.
From just her dual stance alone, Lady Violet could see that codename Iota was dead serious about this duel, and was really determined to win this battle. Meanwhile, both Lady Scarlet and Vince had no choice but to keep moving forward as instructed, to see what further awaited them.
It looks like we've gotten far away from Iota for her fight against Lady Violet. However, are you sure we made the right choice leaving her behind like that, even if she requested it?
As unorthodox as it may seem, I sensed a note of passion emerge from Lady Violet. During their conversation, I sensed Violet was regaining the same thrill she had when she fought against the hero slayer, Noel. So, then I figured why not let her have it.
Well, if you put it that way, I guess this could be a sort of practice run for her.
Well, I wouldn't say that for sure. Codename Iota is the model upgrade to Lady Violet. This was her final test to solidify that claim. Besides, the three of us will give you two all the company you'll ever need. Take a look around you.
Lady Scarlet, we clearly must be some very popular people in this place. I've wanted to be popular with the ladies, but this is ridiculous.
Don't flatter yourself. I honestly wanted to have my rematch with Lady Violet. However, the higher-ups thought it best for Iota to challenge her instead. You two are mere accessories. Just a little something to preoccupy our time with instead of just watching those two clash.
I must say, for androids, you all certainly know how to underestimate your opponents. I was saving this for the final floor, but I think now would be an appropriate time to use it. Voice command, force deactivate mode.
Wait. This can't be. I refuse to accept this.
Wow. It appears underworld technology is far more effective than I thought.
That it is. However, it appears that Lady Violet might actually have her work cut out for her, as Iota seemed to be far stronger than the other three that came with her. This time, she was ready. She was going all out for this battle that she longer waited for. Here it goes. Previously on Untitled Ambition Season 2, Codename Iota officially challenged Lady Violet to a one-on-one sparring match in the depths of the labyrinth before they could progress, in which Violet wholeheartedly accepted. It's been a long time since our dear beloved princess finally got her hands dirty and fought strong opponents, and swordsmen to say the least. Neither side pulled any punches and refused to hold back. They pulled all the stops, each side giving the other their very best. It really was like finding a mirror image of one another, like a perfect synchronicity. It was like both sides knew exactly what the other would do before they even do it. Could you say choreography at play? I don't know. Well, it couldn't be because, you know, this is their first time meeting each other, and one of them did say it was a moveset clone, so yeah. It's almost like finding a mirror image of yourself, pretty much. If that's anything to go by. I mean, I don't think anybody can actually do that when it comes to real life. But yeah, it's like neither side could defeat the other. However, Violet decided to level up at the very last moment and refused to let the clone outdo the original.
I must say, you're every bit as strong as the rumors say you are. I figured you'd be a worthy opponent. But, you're far stronger than I imagined.
Well, in all honesty, you're no pushover either. Your movements are exactly as I fought during the Esteban tournament. However, looking back, a lot has changed since that time. I kept training under the high chances of facing stronger foes than the hero slayers. This fight alone proves my point. You are indeed a worthy opponent, Iota. Thank you for the match. It's always good to see another sister in arms.
Sister in arms, Your Highness. That means so much to be acknowledged by you. I clearly have a bit more training to do, if I ever hope to defeat you in a match. I hereby concede our match and declare Lady Violet the winner of this floor.
Thank you so much, Iota. Let's meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise, I look forward to fighting alongside you. Here's my call button. Use it whenever you need my assistance in these floors.
Yes. This will certainly make things much easier for us. Thanks again.
Meanwhile,
I assume from the fanfare, Lady Violet emerged victorious against Iota. We should be able to leave this floor soon.
Thank goodness. Iota was definitely stronger than the other Vanguard on this floor. I guess she isn't called the Eclipse Maiden for no reason.
Sorry to keep you both waiting. I just needed to tie up a few loose ends. Are we all set?
Of course. However, I can only imagine what the next floor boss would be like.
It's all right. Whatever it is, we'll be able to handle it. Now, let's get going.
And so, with newfound determination, Lady Violet left that floor with a new sense of belonging and a constant reminder for her to always strive to get better as the days progress. That's why they were able to take on many dungeon bosses and clear the floors as they continue to progress to the next boss floor, which, in all honesty, Commander Beta was not too happy about when she found out the news about Lady Violet and the rest of the others defeating the infamous 4 Valkyries of the Vanguard.
Immediately afterwards, this happened.
Oh, boy. The commander is definitely not going to like this.
Ah yes, Omicron. I was awaiting an update on those 3 players. So, how long did it take for Iota to put the kibosh on those 3?
It was quite the contrary result, Commander. 3 of the 4 Valkyries were defeated effortlessly by Scarlet, while Iota surrendered.
I'm sorry? I'm afraid we must be having some bad communication issues with our phones. Could you say that one more time?
No, Commander. You heard correctly. The 4 Valkyries were definitely defeated by those players. Iota not only surrendered, but also gave Violet her call button.
My goodness! What the actual fudge is wrong with these defective machines? When all this is over, many Vanguard members will be dismantled. Sigma, Lambda, Iota especially. We're not here to make friends with criminals. This is supposed to be a staged elimination designed for entertainment. I knew there was a reason Sam left those prototypes deactivated.
Whoa. Commander, please, calm down. What else can we do now?
There's no longer a we, Omicron. I have to deal with those 3 in the most sinister way I know how. You just simply monitor and await further orders from me, understand?
Yes, Commander. It shall be done.
Great! Now that that's settled, I need to cut this short and make another phone call. See you soon, Omicron.
Another phone call later.
Commander, I usually don't get phone calls from you. It must be something dire.
My, aren't you a sharp one? But that's besides the point. I'd like you to do us a massive favor by becoming the penultimate floor boss for Side A of the Labyrinth while I head out to Side B.
This is a very late-chamber request. I don't know.
I completely understand, Codename Sai. However, there's a massive consolation prize for doing this. Instead of 1, you'll be sent 4 new toys for you to play with until your heart's content. You've been so patient throughout these games, I figure you deserve a reward.
Commander, that's overly generous of you. With that offer, I believe my schedule has just opened up. I'll be heading to Side A as soon as possible.
That's great to hear, Codename Sai. You're the only one I can count on now. Don't let me down.
Yes, Commander. It shall be done.
Yes, I can't wait to punish those 3 rats in the most sinister way I know how. I'm going to make it hurt.
One could only imagine what she had in store for those 3 players.
Leave it to Commander Beta to make things harder for the group on Side A. We don't even know anything about her even existence, and yet she's sicking a creepy clown kid on us, having us marked as his 4 brand new toys for him to play once we make it down to his boss level floor. When he says play with us, I can only imagine what kind of things he's into. Things we probably more likely do not like. But I digress. Side B makes it to the next boss floor, and this what happens.
I must say, The rooms keep getting stranger and stranger as we explore deeper into the labyrinth. You just never know who or what you'll come across.
At this point, very few things can surprise me in this place. If a dinosaur or space alien decided to pop up out of nowhere, I'd completely expect it.
As plausible as that sounds, this floor boss has to be something worse than the 4 Valkyries. It leaves very little to the imagination.
What's going on? Did we trip a wire or something?
Far worse. You've kindled the wrath of Avalon itself upon you. It's over, little rats. Your time has come. This very floor will be your burial site.
My goodness. This Vanguard member looks very angry. Who is she?
Why, of all the nerve. After all this time, none of you know who I am. Such scathing individuals you are.
At that moment,
Gamma, please, try to relax. Of course they won't know who you are. This is their first time meeting you after all.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose that would make sense.
Wait. I remember you. You're from that day. Simon called you codename Beta.
Hold on. It's Commander Beta now, love. After your side rendered our dearly departed commander powerless, it was time for another commander to rise in the ranks, yours truly. But sadly, you humans clearly don't understand the amount of suffering you caused the Vanguard, thanks to your defiance. This poor woman here was Simon's personal assistant, who deeply loved her creator. Now look at her.
Look, we apologize for the loss. But, don't change the subject. If I remember correctly, you were the one who sneaked from behind and force-choked me. I've got a personal bone to pick with you.
Whatever. That was ages ago. Get over it. You all interfered with our mission, so I did what was necessary. I'd love to stick around and listen to your meaningless sob stories, but I'm afraid we're a bit short on time for that. So, do you have any final remarks before Codename Gamma eliminates you 3? I feel bad for not hearing your final thoughts on life.
Just one thing, actually. Codename Gamma, was it? Is there anything we can say to convince you that we're not your master's killer?
No. Absolutely not. I've trained myself exactly for this day, this moment. It's my personal vow to avenge Simon no matter what.
I completely understand. Which is why I must immediately give you this.
What? No, that can't be. I thought that was destroyed during the explosion.
Scarlet then gives Gamma Simon's mechacore for the latter to discover the truth for herself.
At that moment, Commander Beta knew that the jig was up. Gamma wind back the time on Simon's mechacore and saw for her very eyes who was truly responsible for her former master's death. The truth was quite shocking to Gamma.
No, Simon. This makes no sense. After all this time, it's so clear now. The true culprit is you, Beta. Explain yourself.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. The charade was fun while it lasted.
You command electricity? How can this be?
Whoa, that's deadly firepower. Look out, everyone.
Great! Now that I have your attention, I bet you're wondering how it all came to this. This new power mine is a byproduct of True Excalibur's blessed power. I'm Beta, Lightning Princess of Avalon. Behold my splendor.
Forget that. Why did you kill Simon? He trusted you as one of his faithful wards. Your betrayal is completely senseless.
Simple. Your beloved creator was rendered unfit to lead the Vanguard the moment his mechanical functions were rendered neutralized. I was another step closer to achieving my goal.
And what, pray tell, is your goal exactly?
Simple. To rule by Her Majesty's side with the highest rank obtainable.
My goodness. Beta was the true culprit behind Simon's death. Does she know this is all being filmed throughout Avalon?
Yes, you heard me, Avalon. I dispose of a lying, cheating fraud who trampled over others to climb the ladder. You all should be thanking me.
What's to think? You're a twisted, delusional sociopath who has broken so many protocols within the Vanguard. As an upholder of said protocols, you are hereby scheduled for immediate dismantling.
Am I now? I can't believe you, Gamma. You're such an ungrateful child. Simon never cared about or reciprocated your feelings toward him. He was too busy eyeballing the Queen to notice. Yet here I am, leveling you up by making you a Vanguard member, and this is the thanks I get?
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, I believe I already have. It's you who will be dismantled once I'm done with these rats. My victory is practically guaranteed.
It was at this moment, Commander Beta unleashed a giant barrage of lightning bolts and plasma electricity throughout the entire boss floor, keeping all her opponents at bay, even her former partner Gamma. Everybody was at loss at the sudden insanity emerging from Commander Beta. It was absurd.
What's wrong, little rats? Afraid of a little shock to the system? I just love seeing my prey squirm before dying. It's mildly enjoyable, to say the least.
This girl is insufferable. We can't get anywhere near her. That's one broken power.
You wish it was yours, don't you? I know all about your fast little power tricks, Your Highness. I have a question. Can you initiate your time magic before these electric bolts reach you?
Whoa. You're insane. What's wrong with you?
I thought not. It seems I have the perfect counter against your power, Lady Violet. Looks like you're not as powerful as you want people to think you are.
Meanwhile, in the background.
Just a little further.
Suddenly, the room opens up to a beaming void directly behind codename Beta.
No! Gamma, what have you done? Ah!
It was at that moment Commander Beta met an ironic end at the hands of the very model that she tried to dismantle. She was thrust to meet the same fate that so many prototypes and other previous Vanguard members were forced and subject to. You can imagine the sad, ironic twist that awaited her in her final moments. Previously on Untitled Season 2, codename Gamma successfully defeated the true nemesis of the Vanguard, which was Commander Beta, and sentenced her to the realm of dismantlement, where nothing but their mecha cores remain for Vanguard members, or prototypes for that matter. But however, here's the drawback. With Beta's new blessing from the Queen, she was dismantled, but this time she left nothing behind, for there was no mecha core, so it means she was just simply wiped and erased from existence. She appeared to be just a distant memory in hindsight.
It seems the chaos has finally subsided. The room has returned to normal. No, codename Gamma, are you alright? Gamma, speak to me. Are you still with us? You saved us from certain doom, just now. This can't be.
I saw everything just now. Before, Beta damaged Simon's mecha core with her electric attacks. I realize now how much of a fool I've been.
No, you're far from foolish. Anyone in your position would have done the same thing. You uncovered the truth for yourself. That's beyond heroic.
No, not that. I'm foolish for not seeing just how one-sided my affection for Simon really was. To think after all the evil he committed, I remained loyal to him. Now, I finally see at the end.
Gamma, please don't speak like that.
You all are the real heroes. Please forgive my ignorance, and Lady Scarlet, your people are not criminals. The higher-ups were just threatened by your closeness with Aria and desired her for themselves.
Gamma, of course we forgive you. But, there has to be something we can do to help you.
There is. Please, save our princess and end the corrupt leadership in this place for good. With my final moments, I hereby declare your team the winners of this floor. Go and be victorious. Save Avalon. Save our princess.
That fanfare was so out of place. This feels so much like a loss rather than a victory.
Lady Scarlet, codename Gamma, has ceased functioning. She definitely deserved a better end than this.
I know. Gamma represents what a true Vanguard is supposed to exemplify. We still must honor her final wishes and continue clearing these floors. The final boss awaits us.
Yes, for her sake. We must continue.
The three then traveled onwards with heavy hearts. Yet, they were more determined than ever before.
And just like that, the stage is finally cleared. However, it felt more like a loss rather than a victory. We knew who the true villain was and the true hero was at that stage as well. So, with that being said, Side B went to a resting area, while things panned over to Side A, where the other four heroes were traveling. And what this place looked like anything else that was present in any other stage, it wasn't anything like they expected. Here goes. My goodness, sweetheart, look at this place. Is it Halloween time already? Is this finally the floor where all the spooky ghosts and goblins rush out and attack us?
I hope not. I'm not really a fan of either ghosts, goblins, or any Halloween creature for that matter. I don't even like horror movies for this reason.
Yeah, you're telling me. Action movies, thrillers, and comedic adventures about good triumphing over evil are my personal favorites. I just can't fathom the goal of paying money to watch anything with the core purpose of scaring its viewers and bringing about nightmares. It's insanity.
Come on, there are some scary films that are actually impressive and well written. Some are even thought-provoking and teach valuable lessons.
No, I'm not gonna knock the screenwriters behind any good film, even horror movies. But let's be honest here. Wouldn't you rather leave the theater laughing your spleen off and watch something with excellent replay value, or leave the theater looking over your shoulders on edge? I'm just saying.
Where's the evil laughter coming from, all of a sudden?
Not just that. There are also footsteps coming as well.
Well, imagine that. That corrupt, lying scoundrel, Vito, actually kept her word. I'm impressed. This is a great day, indeed. 4 new toys for me to play with, as promised. I can hardly contain my excitement.
Wait, you're that creepy clown kid we saw on the monitors before the games. Are you this floor's boss or something?
Indeed, I am. The higher-ups must really have it out for you all to end up in my dungeon. I'm very infamous when it comes to breaking my toys. It's nothing personal. I just can't control myself at times.
Ew, okay? You might want to get yourself checked out about that, my friend. More importantly, we're not here to be your toys. Our goal is to save the princess and not waste any more time in this place than necessary. No offense.
None taken. However, I'm afraid your goal is a fruitless one at best, because you'll be too broken to make it to the next floor. Observe.
It's been quite some time, Mage Hero. I see both of you and your team have gotten too lax compared to the last time we met.
What we saw before our eyes was completely unbelievable.
No freaking way. Unbelievable. This guy's back. How? When? Where? Why? It doesn't make any sense. No, we already said that we were just joking that this is supposed to be a floor full of jump scares and waiting for the ghosts and goblins to show up and attack us. But now zombies, not literally, like things that we know we slain and defeated. What kind of mess is this? What's going on? This cannot make any sense whatsoever. Okay, this doesn't make a bit of physical, chronological, theoretical, or psychological sense. Your presence in this place is a blatant impossibility. No one gets devoured by legions of zombies without any trace of remains and then winds up here by happenstance. What's going on here? You can't be real.
I assure you, Mage Hero, I'm as real in this place as the very air you breathe. Plus, to sweeten the occasion, a few familiar faces decided to join you today in our little soiree of vengeance. Take a look around you.
Punished, you must be. Slave.
Something is not right about this.
Long time no see, Pink Fairy. Miss me.
I'm so confused right now. This shouldn't be happening.
It's been a while, Tech Bandit. I've waited a long time to exact my revenge. You must be executed.
I'm sorry, I can't really remember who you are. I know you're a Vanguard member, but from where exactly?
What? After all I suffered because of you. That's your response. Unbelievable. I was the Vanguard member you sidestepped while you and your cronies escaped with our technology. I got dismantled by Simon because of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry you got dismantled by Simon. That was never part of my plan. I only retrieved what belonged to my family. I never intended for you to suffer from my actions, sir.
My name is Lorenzo, codename you. And no, that half-baked apology isn't enough to make up for it. You must suffer.
I agree, codename you. They all must suffer. Do we have your permission to beat your new toys into submission, codename Sai?
Of course. Just don't overdo it. Leave the breaking part to me. I want to do that personally. They'll make excellent additions to my collection.
Your wish is my command, codename Sai. It shall be done.
Okay, there are just too many questions about this and not enough answers. For one, outside of Ansie's Spur, the Hero Slayers look off from last we met.
What's to explain? I brought the essences all back using the power of dark matter and dark energy. Those of your past who held the deepest grudges and resentment against you all.
But just how exactly? Lorenzo, I understand, but our team remembers the war in Esteban as if it were last week. We definitely would remember someone like you with the Hero Slayers.
I didn't have to be there for this to happen. Your memory scans entering this floor are all the resources I need to bring about this soiree of vengeance. Now, let the performance begin.
Alright, so it's safe to assume that this is officially a boss rush floor filled with all sorts of unsavory individuals we found in the past and we thought we defeated. I already know we defeated them, and it's pretty evidently clear that we defeated them. They said so themselves. However, it just felt like zombies and whatnot, like the soiree of the living dead for that matter. And their movements, they were accurate, but they seemed off. Like we already know that there's something clearly different about these individuals now.
I must say, Cecilia, Lorenzo definitely seems to be more than a match for you. Is this all that amounts to the infamous Tech Bandit? If so, then I'm thoroughly unimpressed. I guess you are all style and no substance.
Cecilia, just how do you know who I am? No one outside of my immediate family calls me Cecilia.
More than you realize, Cecilia Ainsworth. I know of your twin sister, Annette Ainsworth, and of course, Dr. Ainsworth, my creator. Which in a way, makes me your brother.
That can't be right. My father created you. Just who are you exactly? Why did he never mention you before?
So many questions. If you want to know more, meet with me further up ahead. Much more will be explained there.
But, what should I do?
Cece, it's alright. You go on ahead and see what this clown kid is talking about. I think the rest of us can manage these decoys. I don't know why, but the Hero Slayers don't seem to be as dangerous as last time. I think we'll be able to handle things here.
Will you now?
It's that same zombie from last time.
And another one, too.
Yeah, maybe I might have spoken too soon. Forget it. We got this, Cece. Don't worry, you go on ahead.
Well, if you say so.
And just like that, Cece went further on ahead to go see what this creepy clown kid was talking about. Wow, we got interesting blast from the past, dealing with these decoys. Yes, they were strong, but they were definitely manageable. Their threat level wasn't as like before. But Cece better be sharp when it comes to dealing with this guy. Who knows what he's really planning? Be careful, sweetheart.